All right, now what's going on, y'all? It's AP, and let's talk Nas's brand new EP album that he just dropped out of nowhere called Magic. Now, this one was unexpected. Nobody had an idea that he was going to drop a surprise joint right at the end of the year, right at Christmas. So is this a Christmas gift, or, you know what I mean, is it one of those gifts that you get that you just like, I don't know, this is not what I was expecting. Thank you for watching as always, and subscribe to my channel right here. You already know I appreciate y'all. Now this is the third album that Hitboy has produced in a row for Nas, the third album within a year and a half. And whatever they got going on, you know what I'm saying, they got some kind of chemistry and synergy seriously going on between them two that, you know, they just really, you know, for lack of a better word, they really feeling each other. Posing in pictures together wearing matching outfits. Nas is clearly wearing the Shaquille O'Neal Orlando Magic jersey, while Hitboy is wearing the Penny Hardaway Orlando Magic jersey. So they definitely, you know, best of friends, I guess. I don't know.
Now on Speechless right here, Nas is letting it all hang out. You know, this is a very strong opener, very strong. Nas is flexing on this song. He's showing his lyrical ability. He's coming out strong on this one, especially on the second verse. Pick a down on this lug rapper. Bet he broke the arrogance of a crackhead, mad at a weed smoker or a pill taker, who hate a distilled wine drinker, a killer who use a gun to hate on a knife swinger. Alright, I get it.
Now, Meet Joe Black is track number 2. Meet Joe Black is reference to a movie that came out some years ago with Brad Pitt. And basically, you know, this title is basically saying meet death, if you know anything about the movie Joe Black. And Nas is Nas is getting off on this track right here. I thought this was you know, a nice up-tempo beat produced by Hitboy. Hitboy really, you know, judging off of the last couple albums that they've came out with, really haven't done a whole lot of real up-tempo tracks for Nas. And Nas, you know, tends to rhyme over a lot of mid-tempo, slower tracks when Hitboy is producing for him. But I thought that Nas owned this track. I thought his lyrical capabilities were on full display. And Nas is just basically definitely showing us some vigor. He's showing us some enthusiasm, and he's showing us, you know, that he still got it. But Nas is rhyming on this track like in a way we really didn't get a chance to see him on King Disease 1 or 2. He's rhyming in a faster pace. Like I said, of course the beat is more up tempo, so Nas is gonna step up his flow to a more faster pace. And I actually like this song right here, Meet Joe Black. Track number 3 is Ugly. This is a more soulful sampled kind of song where Hitboy slows it down, slow tempo for Nas with a soul sample, and Nas sounds real good on this song right here. Ugly, Nas is basically, it's self-explanatory song. Nas gives a shout out to Big L, talking about if, you know, things got ugly when Big L got shot and got killed, and if it wasn't so ugly out here, Big L would still be around. I like the fact that Nas shouted out Big L because at one time they were both label mates some 25 years ago, and they were on the same label, and they never got a chance to make music together. But Nas shouts out Big L, and Ugly is basically just self-explanatory, talking about the things in life that's ugly. Hitboy tends to use a lot of soul samples in his music when he's producing for Nas, and then a lot of times I think that he doesn't necessarily do a good job in sampling and producing the soul samples. Just my ear, just my opinion, and a little bit that I know from what I've heard from the way Hitboy produces soul samples to the way other producers produce soul samples. I don't think Hitboy necessarily takes advantage of the sample, and he doesn't produce it, let's say, to the capability of someone like a Static Selector or Nicholas Craven or someone like that who perfects the art of sampling soul samples. I don't think that Hitboy is in that category with them whatsoever. But on this track right here, Ugly, I think Hitboy does a serviceable job. I think he does a decent job with the beat and with the sample. I like this song right here.
Now on 4016 Building, this is where Hitboy is trying to get a little gutter. You know, Hitboy is trying to get a little street with his production style. I criticize Hitboy a lot because a lot of different reasons, but you know, Hitboy was trying to do his best on this song, and you know, it came off aight. It came off okay. The only complaint I don't like about the track is the little auto-tune-ish, high-pitched sound that Hitboy uses kind of like in the way background of the song. I could do without that. Hitboy always has some kind of damn auto-tune, high-pitched sounds laced in the middle of his songs or at the end of his songs or it just humming in his songs. I don't like that. But what I do like on here is the way Nas was coming at and attacking this beat. And Nas was coming with some punchy, crafty lines, especially when Nas was like, crafty with the pen way before I could pack him in. Nasty with dreads, a slim teen. Young, I was passionate. A brand new book, crackling sound when you open. I'm writing gems. I make gospel in the booth. It might sound like I'm writing hymns.
Hollywood Gangster is another joint that's kind of like mid-tempo, kind of like a mid-tempo kind of pace song. On this song, Nas is talking about basically another self-explanatory song, talking about how he hasn't gone Hollywood and how he's still that same Nas from around the way. And on the second verse, which I actually liked and I thought was kind of clever and I thought was eyebrow raising, was how Nas basically called out some of the rappers that have stole his style and stole some of his schemes over the last, let's say 20 years since his album Stillmatic dropped. And he had the song Rewind on there where he basically was rhyming backwards and telling a story in reverse. Nas basically called out all the rappers that's, taken his formula and have done it for themselves in their own music over the last couple years. I can think of a couple rappers off the top of my head that's done that. But, Nas basically has taken account and he put them on notice on this song. Track number 6 is Woo Is For The Children. This wasn't one of my favorite songs on the album at all. I really didn't even listen to the full song. I just wasn't gravitating towards the beat. The beat, and the sample, I really wasn't gravitating towards it. So I don't like this song, Woo Is For The Children. After Woo Is For The Children, we got track 7, Wave Gods.
Wave Gods featuring A$AP Rocky and the legendary greatest hip hop producer of all time, DJ Premier. Now listen, when I first heard that DJ Premier was going to be on this joint right here, I wasn't too excited because I already knew that it was going to come with some kind of disclaimer to it, some asterisk next to it. I already knew going into it that Hitboy was going to be producing the beat. So more than likely, Primo was just going to be, they were going to be exploiting Primo on this track for just his scratches and not a full produced Primo track. And that's one thing that kind of irked me a little bit because I feel like Nas is way overdue. We're overdue to hear Nas on a Primo track. And when we finally do get Nas on a Primo track, it's courtesy of a Hitboy beat and Primo is just doing scratches on it and Primo doesn't lace the whole beat. So, and I honestly, I think this is the closest that we're going to ever get of hearing Primo and Nas do a collaborated track together because Nas is just in his Hitboy comfort zone and Hitboy bag right now. So, it is what it is. But one thing that I noticed about the track is just how superior Primo's production is and will be. And what I mean by that is, Hitboy has his little beat or whatever, but as soon as the track drops, you hear the iconic Primo scratches. And Primo scratches are so loud and so crisp and so clear, it immediately distincts itself away from the lackluster production of Hitboy on this song, Wave God. So, Primo, I just wish, Primo would have did the whole beat, honestly, because the scratches, Primo always gives us high quality, amazing, awesome, classic scratches. And that's what he did on this song right here. It's just a damn shame that Primo just didn't take the beat to the D and he didn't, do it himself because it would have came out way better than, the Hitboy track of him trying to make an up-tempo kind of New York style, East Coast boom bapish kind of track, but it just didn't work for me. I'll take Primo all day, no question, over Hitboy in my sleep all day, no question about that. Can't even compare the two. Let's not even put them in the same sentence. But Wave Gods, it was it wasn't one of my favorite songs on the album. Let's just keep it real. Besides the Primo tracks, I could have totally did without this track altogether. A$AP Rocky didn't offer me anything. He's never offered me anything as a rapper or MC. And so why Nas chose to feature A$AP Rocky, who hasn't came out with a song or album in years, why Nas chose to feature him out of all the MCs he could have got on this track, whether it be Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, Ransom, RJ Payne, or Papoose, or insert any of the hottest MCs in the game right now, Sky Zoo, whoever. Why Nas chose to get very, very, very lackluster ASAP Rocky on this track. I have no idea, but and he shouts out Max B on the song. That's another good thing to hear. Max B name gets shout out. So shout out to Max B. And yeah, besides hearing Max B name getting shout out in the Primo cuts, yeah, this song absolutely did not out for me. And the blasphemy of this track was when Nas decided to say, how can I forget this? When Nas said that him and Hitboy are the new Gangstar, are the new him. Nas compared himself and Hitboy to Guru and Premier. Nas, simply shut the hell up. There is no way on your best day could you and Hitboy ever be confused with Gangstar, or are y'all considered the new Gangstar? Let's not get it twisted. So that was just blasphemous of Nas even saying that. So did not like Wave Gods whatsoever. Get out of here with this track.
Track number 8, we got The Truth. Now on this one right here, I thought Nas was spitting potent. I thought Nas was spitting pretty potent actually throughout the album, especially on the more up-tempo tracks. Nas was even using like a faster rhyme pace on one of the earlier tracks on the album that we rarely seen him flow in that manner by rhyming fast. So Nas did an exceptional job and sounds real good on these tracks for what he's given from Hitboy. I'm not saying that these tracks are the most exclusive and most fire and best tracks that I've heard all year, because they're not. But I think with the material given and the production given, Nas does a good job. And on The Truth, Nas is spitting powerful, he's spitting hard, he shows us some vigor, he shows us that energy. My only beef with this song was that I thought the beat was a little too laid back and a little too mellow for the way Nas was spitting and the potency that Nas was spitting at. I thought it could have been a better beat, actually. I didn't really care for this beat at all. I think that if you rip Nas's acapellas off this track and put them over a different beat from a different producer, I think it'll have more efficiency and already more potency than what Nas's vocals and lyrics already have. Because like I said, Nas is killing the track. It's just that the track was a little bit too slow for me over his proficient and potent rhymes. Then Dedicated was number 9. It was a more slower, once again, using a little soul sample in it. More slower kind of track. Wasn't one of my favorite songs on the album, but I guess it was a cool, mellow way to close out the album. But like I said, I really didn't, care for the track. Overall, I'm giving this surprise album magic. I'm giving it anywhere between, now we doing out of 5. What am I rating it out of 5? Source Magazine, 1 through 5. 5 being a hip hop classic, or 1 being absolutely whack. 1 through 5. How many stars am I giving this album? I'm giving this album between a 3 and 3.5. I'm leaning towards a 3.5. I'm not gonna be prisoner of the moment and say that it's a classic, because it's not. But this album is clearly, to me, better than Nas's previous efforts he did with Hitboy. It's better than King Disease 1, and it's better than King Disease 2, actually, in my opinion. I think so. I'm not necessarily giving it a 3.5 because of Nas, per se. I'm giving it a 3.5 because of the production. I thought the production could have been better. Just to be honest with you, the production could have been better. But, I'm giving it at the least, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. At the greatest, I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, there you have it. So according to Hitboy, there's more music on the way between him and Nas, because King Disease 3 is in the making and it's on the way for 2022, for better or for worse. This is AO. I don't know. Listen, thank you for watching, and I will check y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Peace, blessings, and one love.